Today we're talking about trim models. Now, if you guys are shopping for a Jeep Grand Cherokee, then you've come to the right place because I have over 250 videos talking about the Jeep Grand Cherokee from all the different models and all the different ones that I have. So today I just want to break down some different trim models, some things you should avoid, some things you should probably go for if you are in the market for a Jeep Grand Cherokee. And yeah, just kind of the good and the bad. So I want to start with the SRT here because that's what I have in front of me. Ideally, this is a great daily driver if you do not care about gas mileage and you also want something that's fast and loud and kind of sporty. It does come with the 6.4 liter V8 Hemi, which is obviously also known as the 392 Hemi. That's in Charger, Scat Pack, stuff like that. So if you are looking for that power, it roughly comes in at 485 horsepower and you want something loud, then this is probably the one that you're going to want to go with. I think the biggest thing that you guys need to look at if you are purchasing a Jeep Grand Cherokee or you're interested in it, whether it's the WK2 that we have here or the newer 2022, 2023 models, is that you need to think about what you're doing. Is it going to be towing? Is it going to be doing something off-road, or is it strictly on-road? If it's strictly on-road, maybe an SRT or a Trackhawk is the answer. If you're doing stuff that might actually need some bigger, beefier tires, if you want to lift it, if you want to lower it, depending on what you want to do, there's going to be a different Jeep Grand Cherokee that's going to be better for you. So like I said, this one behind me is the SRT, and it's more of a strictly on-road. Like I could never really take this off-road even if I wanted to, but it's beautiful and it looks good even though it's super dirty. Now, some things that I would say to avoid on the SRT is just be very careful if you're checking one out because it does have some Hemi tick issues. Like I said, there's some other little issues that I could go more into depth with, like on the interior, there's some peeling and some different stuff like that that's just super annoying that happens on these with the carbon fiber. But if you get a lower model, it doesn't have that. Now, if you're shopping for a Jeep, like I said, think about what you're doing. If you care about gas mileage, go ahead and get that 3.6 liter. I think there's actually a new one that's gonna be coming out, which is a twin turbo V6, which is supposed to be coming out for them. Hopefully it's like the Hurricane or something like that. I don't even know what it's called. But yeah, just go ahead and avoid getting the V8. In any case, if you are trying to go for gas mileage and you're worried about that, you can save a lot of money. You can get decent gas mileage with the V6. It's a very tried and true, reliable engine, the V6 Pentastar. I had it on my previous Jeep, which was basically the same thing as this. It was just an Altitude 2018, and that car was fantastic. I loved it, and it was a very enjoyable car when I had it. Like I said, it only had the 3.6 liter V6, which was, you know, more than enough. Gets going, you know, if you're just looking for a daily and you want something casual, especially if this is like for your wife or you're not doing anything crazy, then this is the go-to. Get that 3.6 liter. It's definitely recommended, and for a daily driver, basic one, you really can't go wrong. Continuing on talking about the engine, I do want to say that the 5.7 liter is also available. I think they just discontinued it, which is crazy to me that they're discontinuing the 5.7 liter because it's still a Hemi V8, and like it was the only other option besides getting this or the 6.2 in the Trackhawk. But they did just cancel it, which absolutely does suck. If you guys are in the market for a new one and you want to buy a 2022, 2023, go ahead and snatch those newer ones up because you're not able to order them anymore, I don't believe. So if you are in the market and you want the V8 and you want the Hemi, then you're gonna have to go ahead and jump on that soon and try and find one that's new, that hasn't sold yet. Because yeah, you can't get them on these either anymore because you can't build these anymore, which sucks. It really sucks, man. Now that V8 5.7, you know, it has, I want to say maybe 385 horsepower or something. I think it's like a couple hundred or 100 or 200 below the, yeah, I think it's like 100 below the 6.4 liter here in the 392 engine. Now that 5.7 would be absolutely great if you do some off-road stuff and you might do some towing and some outdoor stuff. It can definitely come in handy, but for most people, the V6 is gonna be more than enough. Now it just basically breaks down to the different trim levels and what you want and what you're looking for. Obviously each level is going to have different things, but there's also going to be different kind of features that come with each one that might not come in the other one. Some things like maybe you want some tow hooks in the front, you can get that on the Trailhawk. Like it's kind of different. I'm kind of talking more towards the WK2 here because obviously the newer ones I don't have too much familiarity with. I'm not a huge fan of them, which is, you know, it is what it is. But I love these older WK2s. I say older, but you can get them in 2022. These are fantastic, and this has been my bread and butter for a while now. Now the Trailhawk obviously comes very off-road capable. You guys can go ahead and check those out if you want something like that. It's gonna get you that kind of off-road start, so you can go ahead and lift it and do other things if you want. Like I said, you got that. You have the Altitude. I always recommend the Altitude. If you guys are looking for a base entry-level Jeep Grand Cherokee as just a daily driver, go ahead and get that. Like the Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude is probably like my favorite daily driver because basically whatever Jeep you get, or whatever color and everything, blacked out, slightly above the Laredo package, so it has a little bit more features, but barely, you know. They all come with heated steering wheels, heated seats, all the kind of fun stuff like that. So that's a huge benefit, you know, and it's very cheap. I say cheap, but when you're comparing it to like a a Trailhawk, an SRT, a Trackhawk, anything like that, you're going to be saving a lot of money, and you're going to be able to actually get something that's kind of decently, has a little bit of features, not really, I mean, it's pretty base, but slightly above the base, blacked out everything, really good start, and a really great daily driver. Now, if you guys did want to go into something like a Summit Reserve, Limited, you know, those ones, if you're looking at WK2, they have the Limited X. Limited X actually has the SRT hood and front bumper, I believe. So that's cool if you want something that's a little bit more sporty and aggressive. You get a little bit of the SRT taste in the Limited X for about maybe 20 grand cheaper. So, and obviously you don't get the engine. You can get the 5.7 in it or the V6, but you don't get the 6.4 liter. So that's one thing. If you guys are looking for something a little bit more sporty and you want to keep it more on road, you could always look at a Limited X if you don't want to pay for this, or the gas mileage is something that's going to eat you up. The great thing about the Jeep Grand Cherokee is just the absolute amount of different models that are inside of the family. So there's plenty of different ones for you guys to choose from, and I'm going to be honest, I think there's at least one that you guys would like. Now, different features and different packages are going to go up and up and up, obviously, depending on which one you want. You get more and more features. It's kind of up to you guys to decide. I would say that there is some to avoid. If you are the type of person that never goes off-road, you probably don't need to get a Trailhawk. Probably avoid getting that. If you want gas mileage, avoid getting a 5.7 liter or a 6.4 or 6.2 liter, because you're just going to complain about the gas mileage all the time and not be happy and not enjoy it. If you're someone that tows and you want more power, get the towing package. Don't get the V6, get the 5.7. You know, like, there's different things you guys need to think about when you are purchasing them. That's just, I want to put that in your head. Plenty of different options. If you guys want me to sit down and go through all the different trim options, what the differences are and all that, let me know in the comment section down below, and I can go ahead and do that in a future video. But that's about it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, make sure to smash that like button down below. Of course, comment, you know, just anything, comment anything. And of course, subscribe if you're not already. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.